Hello everyone, we're here with some more Lackey Grand Prix gameplay. We're playing MitchRobStew. I think this is my first game playing against him, so I have no idea what he's up against, but we have a star ability of I am he to just figure that out. I'm he, we're gonna see he's on some sort of Prophets deck. We don't get to see what defense he's on. Has a lot of brigades, so definitely gonna be trying to get to Matthew this turn. We're also gonna be trying to draw some defense here. Currently don't have a lot of defense, but Burial could buy us a couple turns, which is always nice. The flex dominant I'm trying out right now is Vain Philosophy. The reasoning is it helps us on our turns we really want to combo off by stopping 3 woes and Glory of the Lord. Still on the fence about this version of the deck that's kind of playing less black and more orange. Last week I didn't do so well against the Daniel deck, which really shut me down, negated my neutrals and negated my evil characters, and I lost the game 5-3. So makes me kind of question the viability of this deck if I can't beat that. But this time we will be able to jumpstart our turn a lot quicker than last time. And the opponent's deck doesn't look like it's going to be disrupting our deck as nearly as much. So I need to figure out what am I going to do about opponent's decks that disrupt me. Anyways, Matthew gets to draw like 6 cards there. Just your average turn 1 shenanigans. I don't have a lot for Matthew. Well, I know they don't have any evil characters in their hand, so either give me a soul or burn Falling Away there. Decided to burn Falling Away, but I could have seen an argument for them to give me Famine there. Stop my drawing. Gotta get down to 8 cards in hand. I know he's playing Prophets, so if I play Zaccheus with a wall protection out, I don't think there's a great risk of me getting punished for that. Okay, so he has the Edomite Lost Soul, which indicates he's on some sort of Edomite defense here. So I have a crouch choice. I could use as offense or defense. I'm gonna hold on to it right now. He does have a Peter's Curse in my hand, so if I did want to use it for good, then I should have maybe fired it off already. Okay, Jonah playing Delivered. Makes it awkward because I have a Thomas. Every time he searches, I want to use my Thomas, but every time I search, Jonah gets to shuffle a card. So I think I gotta shut down Jonah. I do a lot of searching in this deck, and I can't afford to be losing a bunch of my cards in my territory. I get 2 Thomas triggers because he did a Delivered search, and then he did a Great White Throne search. So I get to grab 2 good dominants out of my deck. I get Son of God because I want to shut down his Edomite Lost Soul and maybe his Lost Soul and also Famished Lost Soul. So I'm trying to get his Lost Souls offline. Okay, Thomas gets underdecked along with Zaccheus, but we're going to woes Jonah. Get our stuff back. So Vain Philosophy is a card I don't really know how to play. I don't know the right timings to play this card. Should I have waited till my turn? I think I was just worried about him negating my Thomas there. I want Thomas to stay online. I know he has a lot of searching in his deck. So by playing Vain Philosophy, I know they had a woes in their hand, so that means I could underdeck woes so they couldn't negate Thomas. There's the Peter's Curse. So I knew about the Peter's Curse, so I still had Son of God Second Coming in my hand. So if I wanted to play those, I did lose my chance to play those. Peter's Curse is good. I play 1 copy in this deck. It's another way for the turns where I'm really trying to attack with Simon and get some enhancements resolved. I can restrict Grapes of Wrath, I can restrict Glory of the Lord, I can restrict, I guess those are the big ones. But it's surprising that there's good dominants that are effective against my offense. Maybe I should be playing the cross in this deck. I'm also a deck that plays a lot of dominance, and if they have negate neutrals, I just don't like how dead the cross feels. And I also play a lot of enhancements that say cannot be negated on them, so I guess that's maybe the real reason why I don't play it. Burial, such a solid card. Against decks that aren't running Soul Gen, it is basically an auto block or soul protection too. Prophets, I don't think they have a lot of either. We have the Lost Child Found, which can help us balance Peter's Curse, but we don't have a white hero, nor do we have a way to get one during our prep phase. Or I guess we could play Spirit as a Dove, but that's already our territory class card for the turn, right? So I think I'm just going to go for the safest play by playing the blue or purple territory class enhancement, I am he, to give my disciples protection. And we're also protecting Lost Souls. And then we're going to get our disciple that shuffles is Peter's Curse. And because of the new updated rules, as soon as Peter's Curse leaves the battlefield, the restriction is gone. So they recently updated the way removing fortresses and artifacts worked. Anything that's outside of battle, if you remove it from play, its effect stops happening. So that was really clutch there. I got Lost Souls because that was really threatening to generate some souls. And then I also got the Famished Lost Soul because I like drawing cards. All right, Esau the Hunter is grabbing Hey Dad out of his deck. So my disciple's protected. I'm interested to see what he could possibly do against me. Oh, glory of the Lord. Yep, I'll do it. So I could burn a crouch choice here, or I could let my disciple die. Even though he's protected from harm, he still dies by battle by the numbers. So I decided to do this because I do want to jumpstart my offense continually. It's not the best resurrection you'll see, but it does allow me to get a soul here. So we're trading Dom for Dom. And if your deck is playing 14 Doms and the other opponent's deck is playing 7 Doms and you have a Thomas in play, trading dominant for dominant is acceptable. I didn't want to put a John into play there because I could draw some lost souls and I don't have a lot of defense, so decided not to do that, even though drawing 2 cards there would have been nice. But getting a Res Revealer out for potential future negating their neutrals is a good idea too. We got some stuff down. We got 3 fortresses, a woes. We can use the woes to negate good cards. It's still on Joda. The big clay feels the best when you get an early New Covenant, so you're never starved for enhancements to grab. You can get Lost Child Found to bail you out. I'm taking another Thomas trigger. I'm getting better at remembering my Thomas triggers. But yeah, big clay feels best when you're able to consistently get to your enhancements. It's been a real struggle when there's a couple ways you can shut down big clay, or big clay stumbles, I guess is a better way to say it. One is negating the heroes. The heroes don't do a lot by themselves, so if you negate them, my deck doesn't really work. Alternatively, I have my heroes, but I don't have a way to play a big banding enhancement. So maybe I didn't draw those enhancements, or maybe dominance prevent me from playing them, or maybe the cross is up tossing the Ascension or whatever. But if I can't play my big banding enhancements, I can't generate a bunch of card value. That's another way this deck can trip up. We're taking an early lead here. We got 3 souls. They got 0. They aren't able to generate another soul this turn, but it works out because I'm not able to draw any defense. I do have a Falling Away and a Judean Mediums, mediums plus any demon or magician is very nice. I do like playing Balaam in my Judean mediums deck. I think I'm going to continue to do that. All right, we have a star ability on the Ascension. I love playing the first out of my deck if I get the chance. I could have played a Lost Soul out of his deck, but I see a big reason to do that right now. And I think drawing cards is great. All right, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I have 14 cards in hand. I think I just need to really prioritize playing one of my banding enhancements. An opponent did decide to play down a Firefox. That card is live. That will protect souls. So I got to figure out a way to shut that down. Simon the Zealous, choose it as a blocker. And then before they can play an enhancement, we're going to play Awesome Things, which will add Ascension to the battle. This gets around the whole initiative checking step. And the cool thing that we're doing here is we're bringing in Expatriator and Paul, which both of them, Expatriator is going to negate an underdeck Firefox, and Paul's going to also protect Lost Souls. So I don't know what they could have here to stop this. It's also nice we have Expatriator for Res Revealer. Big band trying to figure out what to do. I guess we got rid of their guy and we got a soul. So now we're up 4-0. We even drew some defense. During our discard phase, we can just get a Glory of the Lord from our deck. I like good cards that can help you get to your blocks. And so Glory of the Lord is a nice block sometimes. Pairing Prince of the Air plus Glory is really nice. But something I can also do is I can get Harvest Time. And so if I'm really in a tight spot and an opponent is attacking me, what I can do is I can play Harvest Time, X equals 1, put a first into play, draw a card, and then I can activate Herod's Temple like 3 other times. So I can draw 4 cards in total. So if I'm really missing out on if I really need to draw into some defense, Harvest Time can become a draw 4 if you're attacking or blocking. I probably should have done that. The Res Revealer, when he attacks, I can search for a Gospel Dominant. So when I banded him into battle, I should have searched for Harvest Time and done that during offense. So in offense, I could have drawn 4 cards. And then when he attacks me, I could have drawn 4 cards. So I already had a lot of cards in my hand anyways, so I had to even discard some cards here. So I don't know if 4 other cards would have been helpful. All right, he's negating my woes, which shuts off the draw 4 option from Harvest Time, unfortunately for me. But the best block I have right now is Woman of the Bez. And I have Christian Martyr Falling Away to tag team. A single hero comes into battle, but he's been consistently attacking me with multiple heroes. And one of them's been protected. I think during the course of this game, I might have missed a Thomas trigger on a critical turn. For example, I think the turn he blocked with Esau, he searched for an Edomite and then he played Glory. And I had to burn a Crouch Choice to get Resurrection. But I think I could have got Thomas there to get the Resurrection. And if I didn't have to burn my Crouch Choice, I think I do a lot better job in this game. We're doing pretty well. I think I could have gone even better. So let's see. If I had a Prince out, the opponent has 2 good brigades in play. So, so if opponent was able to attack me with a bunch of stuff, I could have gone Judean Mediums plus Prince, Underdeck, Solomon's Temple, and Peter's Curse. Christian Martyr, falling away 2 of his prophets. Glory of the Lord, kill Obadiah's, or kill the unprotected prophet, but in battle by numbers. Expending, what, 3 dominance to get a block? So here's the block that I have available to me. I have a Woman of Thebez I can block, but if they see this line, they can use Solomon's Temple to underdeck their Book of the Covenant to negate Woman of Thebez. Wait, can they do that? Let me just pause. Yeah, so they can, the evil card that they negate with Solomon's Temple doesn't have to be in battle. So I think opponent could have gotten a Lost Soul here, and the score would have been 4-1 at this point. Opponent has 10 cards in hand. They have to put down a bunch of stuff. Look at all those Edomites. The authority of Christ in my hand is looking pretty juicy. So by putting all their Edomites into play, they're giving me a heads up of what I need to do in order to play around this. They have a bunch of effects that say if I've drawn or searched this turn, they get to do something. Base math, charioteers. So I just got to be careful not to draw a search. And luckily, I'm in a position where I really need to do that. So they have a Peter's Curse ticking down. Can't play my good dominance, but I do have authority of Christ and the Ascension. I don't have a way to bounce Simon the Zealous, so the best I can do is just push a Thaddaeus, who's the best at getting initiative in my deck. I just want to get initiative, play Authority of Christ. And since I haven't drawn or searched, I don't know if they can use Charioteers of Seer to play first. So let's see. Gotta watch out for that shield, though. All right, hey, Dad's coming in. Going to negate heroes and enhancements. Luckily for me, 2 CBN enhancements in my hand. They currently have Unity for Shield, but the cool thing about if you play Authority of Christ and blow up all their evil characters, they'll lose Unity. Like, they won't have it anymore. Okay, so Doubt's coming in, restricting dominance, getting heroes. So that, and tossing multicolor enhancements. So Authority of Christ would have got tossed, but I have 1 enhancement in my hand that gets around Doubt. The Ascension is going to interrupt the ability of Doubt, and it's going to interrupt the ability of Hadad, at least the ongoing one, the negating heroes one. So if I banned all these characters into battle, I believe they will not be negated by Doubt. First things first, we're going to use John, draw 2. What's the next? Paul, draw 2. And Expatriator. Let's see. We can get rid of Doubt or Sheol. I really want to get rid of both of these cards. So I use Expatriator to take out Sheol. And then I use Zaccheus to take out Hadad, but that's a misplay. I should have used Zaccheus to reserve Doubt. The reasoning was, I was like, okay, I'm just going to use my last card to get to Matthias to bounce the last card. My reasoning why that would work is I thought that Doubt was not a generic character. And if you look at the card Doubt, it says symbolic as its identifier line. And most other things printed during Legacy of Christ, I feel like that are generic, do say generic on them. And so my opponent asked me right now, I was like, okay, well, can I still play Doubt? And I said, I don't think so. I think he's unique. And so the game ends here. But in reality, he should have been able to play down Doubt, re-add it to battle. So I feel a little bit bad about that, but also I don't think if I just decided to reserve it or underdeck it, we wouldn't have even gotten this place in the first place. So yeah, the game's over. The game is 5-0. And I'm still in the scenario of trying to figure out how good this big clay deck is. This one is the extreme version where it's cutting off a lot of defense, putting in more offense. I do like the res revealers. I do like how good that double or triple negate neutrals has felt, and Expatriator banding in is really good against demons and opponents' fortresses, but it's been a little bit inconsistent to get blocks with this deck. I feel like I've had a harder time blocking, which and part of me wonders, like, I spend all this time trying to get to my defense, why not just add more defense? I like piloting a defense where I feel like I have more options to block. This one, you just have what? You have Woman of Thebez, Herod the Great, Balaam, Red Dragon, Swine Stampede, Prince of the Air, and that's it, you know? And you have your Dawn blocks too, right? But I feel like opponents will be prepared for that. I feel like Woman of Thebez really hasn't got me a block in a while. Like even this game, I don't think she would have got me a block. I mean, she's good, don't get me wrong, but I feel like people are prepared to fight her. Between all the Soul Protect running around now and a bunch of ways to negate her after. But what else am I going to do? What else am I going to play instead of her? So I don't think I'm quite happy with the defense. I feel like I need to start tweaking it some more, but I really kind of stuck here. I don't really know what else to do with this deck, how to continue to improve it. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.
Everything I have myself.